Good morning, dear hearts. We're at lesson 166, and it's really quite profound. I am entrusted with the gifts of God. So just that word entrusted, when I entrust someone with something, it is because I know they will take care of it. I know that they will look after both the gift that I have given them, the object, the information that I have given them, and they will not betray me because they are ones who are worthy of having this gift. And that's what this lesson is about. We have been given these gifts by God, and God trusts that we will not forsake Him in giving these gifts to everyone else. But this lesson starts out telling us that God's trust in us is limitless, it's eternal. But it then goes into the idea of the paradox, as it calls us, of us living and believing we are in this world. And the belief in being in this world, which is a total opposite to the heaven, the world of God, the real world, is that we believe we are walking in this place of darkness and suffering, that we are homeless. And we have identified with this home to such an extent that we continue to hold back from accepting a different solution. We have put ourselves into a problem. The problem is the world that we believe we walk in. It is a world of darkness. It is a world where it says, without the world He made, He is an outcast, homeless, and afraid. We are outcasts, homeless, and afraid in this world. But we also think that if we accept another world, we will continue to be that, because the other world, the real world, is too foreign for our belief system to be able to accept. But again, we have the gifts of God. They have been entrusted to us. And one of the gifts of God is the Christ and the Holy Spirit. You can use these interchangeably if you want. But this lesson, it is really amazing how it describes us wandering this world as a sorry figure, weary, worn in threadbare clothing, and with feet that bleed a little from the rocky road He walks. No one but has identified with Him, for everyone who comes here has pursued the path He follows. This really paints a really depressing image of how we are walking around this world and the experience that we are having. But again, every time there was a problem, the answer has been given. There is one problem, there is one answer, and it is given to us the moment that the need for it is recognized. This lesson says, your ancient fear has come upon you, and justice has caught up with you at last. Christ's hand has touched your shoulder, and you feel that you are not alone. To me, this speaks of, in the 12 steps, of reaching that bottom, that the justice has caught up with us at last. We've reached that bottom. And as we reach that bottom, Christ's hand touches our shoulder and says, you're not alone. I am here. I will walk with you. This also goes back to lesson 156, that, I walk with God. And now we can avoid knowing this, but eventually, and that is a word that is meaningful in this world, but is welcoming to heaven, because eventually we all get there. So as we realize that we are not walking alone, as we realize that now that we live and now we cannot die, there is no death, the Son of God is free. There's many of our previous lessons are wrapped up and represented, even if it's only in a sentence, in this lesson and subsequent ones as well, we will see how this tapestry is being woven together so beautifully for us. So as Christ's hand touches our shoulder, and as we come to that realization that we have been given the gifts of God, now, as long as we have them, there is only one thing for us to do, and that is to give them away. Because again, in the giving, we know that we have received. To give and receive are one in truth. And as we have been touched by the Christ, by that wholeness, now we can touch others and help them to be released from their pain. And, in paragraphs 14, it's 14 and 15. It talks about that, what happens though if we don't do this? And it says, your sighs will now betray the hopes of those who look to you for their release. If we have been giving these gifts of God and then we eschew them, we push them away, we deny them, now our lack of receiving them is we cannot give them. And so others who could benefit from our giving, who are part of our ministry, will have to wait until we are ready to truly receive them. It says, your tears are theirs. Whatever we have, we will be extending or projecting onto others. If I have the gifts of God, I extend them to everyone. If I refuse the gifts of God, I project my fear back onto them. And now we all wait. Now we must all wait until we are ready, until I am ready to reach out, accept the gifts, and bring everyone home with me. We go together, hand in hand, you and I. So that's it for today. I hope this helped. A little bit long, but it's really an amazing lesson and very powerful, very profound. Accept the gifts of God today. Namaste. Oh, like, share, subscribe, comment. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Namaste.